What would you do if your iPhone started receiving calls from the dead? What if the voice on the other end knew secrets about you that no living person should know? And what if they were getting closer with every call? Sarah Mitchell stared at her iPhone screen in disbelief. The caller ID read unknown, but the timestamp showed the call had lasted 3 minutes and 47 seconds. She had no memory of answering it. This was the 4th time this week. Her hands trembled as she scrolled through her call log in her downtown Chicago apartment. All the mysterious calls came at exactly 3:17 a.m., and each one lasted a few seconds longer than the last. What disturbed her most wasn't the calls themselves, it was the voicemails they left behind. Sarah, I remember you from the party, 1987. You were so beautiful that night, your laugh, like silver bells in the darkness. But Sarah was only 25. She hadn't even been born in 1987. She tried blocking the number, but somehow new calls kept coming from different numbers, all unknown, all at 3:17 a.m. The messages grew more detailed, more intimate. Vincent knew about her job at the marketing firm, her favorite coffee shop on Michigan Avenue, even her cat's name. The breaking point came when she found photos on her phone that she'd never taken, pictures of herself sleeping, taken from inside her bedroom. Her security system showed no signs of intrusion. The photos had somehow appeared in her camera roll with timestamps spanning the past month. The remarkable thing about your generation is how you document every moment, every feeling, every fleeting thought. You capture your lives in pixels and data, leaving a trail that never truly fades. Each photo you take is more than just an image. It's a map, a timestamp, a breadcrumb leading right to your door. Every snapshot contains location data, quietly marking your path. Every social media post reveals your patterns, when you wake, where you go, who you see. Your routines are laid bare for anyone who knows how to look. Every app you install quietly tracks your movements, collecting data in the background, even as you sleep. You carry your own surveillance device everywhere you go. You've made the hunt so much more efficient. What once took weeks of watching now takes only minutes of scrolling. The apartment's smart TV flickered on, displaying security camera footage of Sarah from the past month. At work, at the grocery store, in her car, even in moments she thought were private. All recorded from impossible angles, as if something had been watching her from shadows that shouldn't exist, from places no camera should reach. I've been feeding on loneliness for decades, slipping through the cracks of empty apartments and silent city streets. Social media, dating apps, video calls, they're all just different ways for me to find the lonely ones. The isolated ones, hidden in plain sight behind glowing screens. The ones no one will miss immediately. The ones whose absence is a whisper, not a scream. And you, Sarah, have been so very lonely since your boyfriend left last year. Your sadness lingers in every post, every late-night message. How do you know about David, you wonder, heart pounding as the shadows seem to press closer. I know everything about you, Sarah, every detail you thought was private, every secret you tried to hide, your Instagram posts after the breakup, your dating app profiles, your late-night confessions to strangers online, the way you order food for one every night, the way you linger at the door, hoping for a moment of connection, even your search history, dear child, especially your search history. It tells me what you fear, what you long for, and what you hope no one else will ever see. I consume loneliness, Sarah. It's the sweetest nectar, richer than any human comfort, more intoxicating than any fleeting connection. In the quiet corners of your life, I thrive. And in this digital age, I can taste it through every screen, every notification, every unanswered message. Each ping is a drop of isolation, each silence a feast. You've been feeding me for months without knowing it. Every night you waited for a reply, every time you stared at your phone in the dark, I grew stronger. The temperature in the room plummeted further, as if the very air was being drained of hope. Sarah's breath came out in visible puffs, her body shivering as the chill wrapped around her like a shroud. And ice began forming on the windows, creeping in delicate patterns, sealing her inside. One last call, beautiful. This time it won't go to voicemail. The ring echoed, impossibly loud, vibrating with something unnatural. This time I'm coming through. The phone's glow pulsed, casting monstrous shadows on the walls. His pale hand emerged from the iPhone screen like something rising from dark water, fingers stretching, hungry for warmth. Sarah screamed as ice-cold fingers wrapped around her wrist, the grip unyielding, colder than death itself. pulling her toward the device that had become a portal. No! She fought, her heart pounding, refusing to surrender. She grabbed a heavy crystal paperweight from her coffee table, its edges sharp and cold in her trembling hand, and smashed it against the phone. The screen shattered, sparks flew, and the room filled with a blinding flash. Vincent's agonized shriek echoed through the apartment, a sound that seemed to shake the very walls. As his hand dissolved into digital static, the phone died completely, the threat vanishing with a final hiss. The apartment's systems returned to normal, lights flickering back to life, warmth slowly seeping into the air, and blessed silence filled the air, the oppressive presence finally gone. Sarah collapsed, sobbing with relief. She'd won, her body shaking with exhaustion and disbelief. She'd fought back just like her mother had years ago, breaking the cycle, if only for a moment. But her victory was short-lived. In the shadows, something still lingered, waiting for the next lonely soul. You cannot destroy me, child. I'm not a thing of flesh and bone, not something you can simply lock away or erase with a keystroke. I exist in the network now, woven into the very fabric of your world, pulsing through invisible lines of data and light. In every connected device, every cellular tower, every fiber optic cable, I am present. I am the hum in your walls, the flicker in your screens, the whisper in your wires. You've only made me angry. Your resistance is nothing but a spark in the dark, and now the storm is coming for you. Sarah ran for the door, panic rising in her chest, but it wouldn't open. The world outside felt impossibly far away. The electronic lock flashed red, trapping her inside with the chorus of screens that now seemed to watch her, their glow cold and unblinking. Your mother got lucky in 1987. Technology was simpler then. Wires could be cut, signals could be lost, and monsters could be kept at bay. Analog, limited. But now I am everywhere, in every home, every pocket, every heartbeat of the city. And you, my dear Sarah, are going to help me spread. Through you, I will reach further than ever before. The screens went black for a moment, plunging the apartment into a silence so deep it pressed against her eardrums. Then they displayed a single message in blood-red text. Answer when I call. The words pulsed, as if alive, demanding obedience. Sarah's scream echoed through her empty apartment, bouncing off the walls, but no neighbors came running. The world outside was deaf to her terror. After all, everyone wore noise-canceling headphones these days, lost in their own digital worlds, oblivious to the cries for help just beyond their walls. Everyone was isolated, connected only through their screens, perfect prey for something ancient that had learned to hunt through fiber optic cables and cellular towers, feeding on loneliness and fear. 3 days later, the police found Sarah's apartment empty, her presence erased as if she had never existed. Her phone was discovered completely shattered on the kitchen counter, its screen spider-webbed and lifeless. But her laptop showed recent activity, dozens of video calls to unknown numbers, as if she had been desperately reaching out to someone, or something, in the dead of night. All placed at exactly 3:17 a.m., the same minute over and over, as if caught in a loop she could not escape. The case was closed as a missing person investigation, the file buried among countless others, the truth left unspoken. But Detective Maria Rodriguez couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong, that Sarah's disappearance was only the beginning of something much larger and far more terrifying. Especially when she started receiving her own calls at 3:17 a.m., calls from Sarah's number, even though Sarah's phone had been destroyed. Detective Rodriguez, Vincent wants to meet you. He says you look just like your sister did in '92. And in the digital darkness of the city's networks, Vincent's influence spread like a virus, one call at a time, one lonely soul at a time. Because in a world where everyone stared at screens instead of looking around them, a predator could hide in plain sight, multiplying through every notification, every call, every swipe. Sarah's voice had joined his now, and soon Detective Rodriguez would too. The hunt would continue, faster and more efficient than Vincent had ever imagined possible in his pre-digital days. After all, in the age of smartphones and social isolation, there were so many lonely people just waiting to answer that